Hello and welcome back to Cougar Creations. I'm Molly.
And I'm Josh. Today we have a special show all about the Riley Festival.
The Riley Festival is an annual celebration in Greenfield honoring famous poet James Whitcomb Riley. Today, Chloe and I look closer into the festival and how it affects Greenfield citizens.
On the other side, Brody and I uncover the history of James Whitcomb Riley and of the festival.
Now, on to Chloe to learn more about Riley Festival.
Riley Festival is one of the most anticipated events in Greenfield. There's food, shopping, and even fine arts competitions for local citizens of Greenfield. It is crucial to the community and it's a big time of growth for local businesses. Today, we talked to business owner who has a booth at Riley Festival about how she's seen the growth in her business and how it connects her to the community. Then, we talked to the director of the Riley Festival board about how Riley Festival affects the community.
One way that Riley Festival gives back to the community is through a series of grants paid for by the events.
We have, of course, we just had our Queen pageant, and that's a $1,000 scholarship, and the princess gets 500, court members I think get 250, and also we have what we call an arts grant, and that is any school in Hancock County can apply to this, but we have just given out those awards, and it has anything to do with art. So at any of the schools, it doesn't matter if it's Greenfield, any school that's in Hancock County can apply for that, and it's up to a $500 grant, and we usually give out at least 10 of those.
One of Riley Festival's major selling points is its many different activities. This pulls in crowds from all ages from all around the world.
They have family reunions, they have class reunions, and it's just a great way to support the community. I think we have something for everybody. We have a portrait contest, of course, because that's what James Whitcomb Riley was. We have a pumpkin contest. We have a photo contest. We have a fine arts contest. I think there's just a little something for everybody, and of course everybody loves food down there, so.
Lastly, we asked Ms. Pfeiffer to give a brief overview of the activities offered at Riley Days and the guest favorites, and what makes the festival overall so special.
Well, the Children's Parade on Friday is one of the highlights. The parade on Saturday, 11 o'clock, you know, the community comes out to see that, and of course the kids are there for the candy. But yeah, we've got all different various organizations, fire trucks, Corvettes, you know, convertibles, police department, you name it, we got it in the parade. The main pull, I think, are our vendors. And we try to have vendors that are good vendors, that have good products.
One of these vendors is Monica Holden, an artist who specializes in ceramics and sells her pieces at Riley Festival every year. We asked her how she sees her art bringing the community together while at the festival.
It's really fun to just engage in conversation. I don't put a lot of price tags on my work at different markets because I like to have those conversations, and that kind of gives me a lead into having conversations with people, and it almost always circles back to me being an art teacher.
To all of the different events and record and edit and do all of those things at the high school level.
Because people will ask me questions about, you know, how did you get started making pottery, or how did you get involved in doing markets? And I almost always get to explain to them that I'm an art teacher. This is what I do on a daily basis. It's so fun, and then it just kind of flows from there. The Riley Festival is just really special for me. I love seeing current students, past students, parents of students. I love seeing all of them at the festival. I also just live right down the street from the Riley Festival, which is really fun. So it's kind of fun to just have it be one big community event.
This is Monica. This is Griffin. Come on. It's like 3 years since last time I saw you.
Really, in our community, I feel a lot of support when it comes to my pottery business. A lot of times I have people who come back repeatedly every year to get a mug for a family member or a planter to add to their collection every year. And I think just kind of that hometown vibe of the Riley Festival is really nice, and I really feel the support from the community as a whole. Of course, Riley Festival is just a fun family event for everyone, and people have made it part of their family traditions and go every year. They have their specific food items that they have to get every year. So it is just really fun to see the traditions and people coming back, not just to visit my booth, but to experience the festival as a whole.
Riley Festival helps aid so many businesses and brings the people of Greenfield together, whether that be food, shopping, or just hanging out. Every citizen takes a chance to show up and show out for their town at the festival. Make sure you get a chance to stop by Riley Festival next year and support the community.
The Riley Festival originated with the celebration of famous Hoosier poet James Whitcomb Riley, which started in 1911. Now the festival is held with many events such as the flower parade and the art show. Now on to Josh with the Riley Festival.
The Riley Festival's roots go back to 1911 when Greenfield residents and schools began to commemorate James Whitcomb Riley's birthday. The poet would drive through downtown as school children threw flowers onto his car. Merchants had set up booths around the time of Riley's birthday for years, but the first official Riley Festival didn't occur until 1970. The original festival established many of the traditions we know today, such as the art show and mayor's breakfast. The festival grew more and more each year, eventually evolving into the event we know today. We spoke with the Riley Festival board president, Debbie Pfeiffer, to see what kind of events the festival offers and how it differs from its traditional roots.
Well, we started this past Sunday. We had the Queen Pageant. And then starting on Thursday, we've got the opening ceremony. And so we'll open, you'll get to meet the Queen in her court for the first time and all the board members that help make this event happen. And the Wombley brothers will be playing that evening. And then Friday, we will have the Children's Parade, which is always a favorite, especially of mine. It's great to see the school kids come and give flowers, and we put those around James Whitcomb Riley. There's another concert on Friday night, and on Saturday night is the Kentucky Headhunters. And then we've got the mayor's breakfast is on Saturday, the parade's on Saturday. So I think we've got something for everybody. I think a lot of people just come down for the food. Of course, you know, the food is lined up around the courthouse. And we've got some really good things. On Friday mornings, the parents come down because they want to see the kids in the flower parade, and then they want to eat something, and then they want to shop, and then they may stay and watch the bands. So, you know, they come down for the day usually.
Mrs. Pfeiffer then explained some of the traditional aspects of the festival.
James Whitcomb Riley was a very famous poet when he was in his younger age, and that's what we're trying to keep alive. Is we have a portrait contest. We try to get anything from grade school to adults can enter into that, and we're really trying to promote that because that's one of the reasons we have the festivals, because we're celebrating his birthday.
James Whitcomb Riley was born on October 7, 1849, in our hometown, Greenfield, Indiana. At an early age, Riley was inspired by his amateur poet uncle who wrote verses for the newspaper, as well as writer Charles Dickens. He had a talent for art and writing, however, he struggled with formal education. After leaving school at 20, he eventually went on to work as a reporter and poet for the Indianapolis Journal. Riley's poems led him to fame as he traveled across the country performing them. He passed away at the age of 66 in 1916. Debbie Pfeiffer then explained to us how the festival is planned and carried out.
We start in January. We meet every month, once a month, and we start out, actually we've already picked next year's theme, and we're already getting ideas for next year, but we start planning, and we have a board of 15 people, and each board member is a chairman of one of the events. I am president of the board this year, It was a 2-year commitment. This is my 2nd year. So I feel like my job is to pick great leaders and let them do their own thing. Now I'm there if they need me for questions or help. I'm also on the Queen pageant. I am the person responsible of getting all 450 vendors into the festival on Thursday morning and all of them back out on Sunday night. Anita Miner and myself head the Mayor's Breakfast committee. So, I don't know. I'm sure there's something. Oh, I'm on the grant committee. I'm on the parade committee. So.
Mrs. Pfeiffer then talked about how she became a board member and why she continues to participate in the festival.
Well, I started doing it because I was representing the Sunrise Rotary Group. We try and get a lot of the non-for-profit or different organizations to have a representative on our board. The more I was on the board, the more, of course, you get involved. And if they know that you know how to run a business or do bookkeeping, then I was treasurer for several years. I mean, it just kind of snowballs. But I love it. I think it's a great thing for the community. If I didn't love it, I didn't think there was a reason for it, I wouldn't be doing it because I am retired now. And there's plenty of other things that I could be doing, but I just think this is a thing that that's good for our community. It brings people together.
As you can see, the festival is very important to the community, culture, and history of Greenfield. We hope to see you there next year.
Wow, it's amazing to see how much the festival has grown over the years.
I know, right? And it's only going to keep growing and growing. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Cougar Creations. Until next time, I'm Josh.
And I'm Molly.